In the ICV work list, we can now see the study for Cupid Outpatient 1. Double-clicking on this study will open up Influx reporting in a new tab on the browser. It may initially prompt you to enter your credentials. Simply enter your regular Windows credentials and the browser will have saved this information, and you can proceed with preparing the report for the physician. In this report, you will see some pre-populated information on the patient in the patient information section. Generally, Influx automatically captures measurement data at the time of acquisition. However, in this example, since we are demonstrating an ad hoc report, measurement data is not pre-populated, and the technician would need to enter this data directly on the report. To enter free text, simply click on a header and a text box will appear underneath it for you to enter data. Under REST EKG, you can see I've already entered some free text data. Simply click on the header, will present another text box underneath it for me to enter data into. When I add statements in this way, it allows me to have freedom to update and edit data, but also keeps a structure. And if I want to move things around within the structure, moving to the right, I have a drag handle and a delete button. Clicking on the drag handle and holding down allows me to sort these statements within the section. And pressing, obviously, the delete button would delete the statement. However, I can also use my keyboard to delete the statement. Simply hit the backspace key and the statement is removed. You will note a sidebar on the right that contains standardized statements for a user to select and populate onto the report. The statements are organized and grouped under the same titles as the report. For example, if I wanted to find some pre-written statements for indication of study, I can simply expand the indication of study header and see all the standardized statements available. In some cases, the statements have a multiple choice ability using a drop-down. This allows me to create a statement somewhat dynamically and provides me the convenience of the most common choices. Moving on from the interpretations is the Images tab. Under the Images tab, I get a view of the images that were sent over from the machine. Clicking on a thumbnail of an image allows me to expand it and view it in full screen. I can use the mouse wheel or the plus and minus signs to zoom in and out. It also gives me some image manipulation functions such as rotation and the ability to go full screen. When I want to close the image viewer, simply clicking on the X or close button will close the viewer back to the report screen. Lastly, when it comes to report finalization, I can select the technologist that was responsible, add some summary and recommendations, save the report. Saving the report allows me to come back later and is a great way for technicians to prepare the report for a physician to interpret and finalize. When a physician needs to finalize a report, they simply click this pencil button and select the Finalize Study option. This is also a good opportunity to mention the study type selection. So for example, initially when I sent the study over, I had specified as a GXT. If I had forgotten to select the template during acquisition, I can easily specify the template over here. Selecting a new template will automatically replace all of the interpretations on the report, so be sure you want to use this option. And make sure that the template is selected well before you start, the correct template is selected well before you start adding any interpretations. Clicking on the Finalize button makes the report into read-only mode. It has the signature, the name of the cardiologist, and the date as well. In this Finalize mode, the document is no longer editable. However, the images are still viewable if required. Going back to the ICV work list and refreshing it, you will note that the study now has their status updated to final. Note that the modality has changed from OT to DOC. All Influx acquired studies utilize the OT modality. When a report is finalized, ISTV, however, changes the modality to DOC or document. So if you are having trouble finding the study again, just make sure you haven't filtered it out by mistake. For example, by having only certain types of modalities on your work list, excluding DOC. If you would like to see the prior version of the report, an easy way of doing this is opening the patient timeline. Here you can see the finalized report that was sent to ISTV from Influx. If you had multiple versions of the report, such as if you had amended the report and refinalized it, you would see prior versions and the latest versions here as well. If you double click on this study again, it should still open up the Influx report viewer. And from here, you do have the opportunity to amend the report and refinalize. Amending the report is simply selecting the pencil icon again and clicking the amend button. This will make the report editable again, and you can add more interpretations or change the interpretation as necessary. Simply select the pencil button and refinalize the study. In a few seconds, the updated document should flow through to ISTV. And now you can see versions 1 and version 2.